let's dive right on in. So let's start with this article from Parade Magazine. So this is a little bit of background into what Andy Cohen has said that it would take for him to ever leave or retire from Bravo. So there's just a little bit of background information. Then I'll dive into the rumor that is out today. And then I'll dive into what I think the final straw was. And then we can talk about whether it is true or not and what is being said. Okay. So this is according to Parade Magazine. It says Andy Cohen is thinking ahead, and the future he sees for himself includes his position at Bravo. The 55-year-old said he has no plans to retire from his job as presenter and producer at the network anytime soon, or ever, if he has anything to do with it. I'll hang it up when they kick me out, Cohen joked in a new interview published by E! News on Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. They can push me out. That is what he is saying. The media personality and father of two noted that he'll be coming up on a pretty big work anniversary soon and hopes that these last 2 decades or so are just the beginning. It's really something, he shared. It is something to step back from and shake your head. He said of his tenure at Bravo, which kicked off with The Real Housewives of Orange County and has expanded to include 9 additional U.S. cities, multiple spin-off series, as well as production credits on numerous other reality TV shows, and serving as host of a talk show dedicated to Bravo programming, Watch What Happens Live. Cohen continued, next year is my 20th year at Bravo, and just when I think back on all those early days and this, it's incredible. Despite not being in a rush to jet off into retirement, this Bravo celebrity has all his bases covered and a few thoughts on who should replace him when the time comes. I have a couple of thoughts that I'll share at a later date, he teased, but I feel like it's not anything I'm thinking about seriously. Cohen proved his love for the network when he stayed tight-lipped about Roni alum Bethany Frankel's reality reckoning. I think that I'm living in the joy and the passion of this fandom at BravoCon, and that's where I will stay. Cohen told Parade at BravoCon, and that's where I'm going to remain. So, out of Andy's own words, he would never on his own accord leave Bravo. They would have to, quote, push him out. They would have to force him out. And of course, he stayed tight-lipped when it came to Bethany's Frankel reality reckoning, which, to be honest, in my opinion, I think was a flop. I think Bethany had the right idea, but her execution of the whole reality reckoning was whack as hell, and I think it was a flop. And obviously, the reason why Andy Cohen didn't say anything is because he would be implicated in all of the allegations against Bravo and NBC and the production companies for fostering unhealthy and toxic work environments and all of the drug and sexual allegations as well. So of course he's not going to say anything because he doesn't want to get slapped with a lawsuit, but unfortunately that has happened, and he doesn't want to turn his back on his employers. Now, is Andy's only way out of Bravo coming true? Is he being pushed out? Is he being pushed out? Well, let's see. We have a report today that Andy Cohen is in negotiations to leave Bravo amid all of the controversy and allegations. Now, this is from In Touch Weekly. And it says, let's see the information. Now, I will say this before going through the article. And I'll get more into that. Bravo executives, NBC executives have come out and said, no, this isn't true. We'll get more into that. And we'll also get into whether or not they are telling the truth. So we'll get into that. But let's first do the report on the rumor that he is, in fact, being pushed out. It looks like the Real Housewives head honcho Andy Cohen can't stand the heat. Amid swirling controversy and falling ratings, the 55-year-old Bravo patriarch is in discussions to part ways with the network he helped shape, sources exclusively tell In Touch. Negotiations for Cohen's departure package are underway as he grapples with the fallout from mounting accusations by his stars, says a source. Recent allegations came from a lawsuit filed by ex-housewife Leah McSweeney about Cohen encouraging rampant substance abuse to boost ratings, and Brandi Glanville claiming he sexually harassed her. Cohen and Bravo have denied the allegations. This couldn't be further from the truth, says a Bravo insider. The Watch What Happens Live host also issued an apology after Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Glanville accused him of harassment, stemming from a video allegedly sent from Cohen to Glanville in 2022. The video shows Kate Chastain, and I'm very clearly joking to Brandi. It was absolutely meant in jest, and Brandi's response clearly communicated she was in on the joke. That said, I was totally inappropriate and I apologize, Cohen wrote via Twitter. In February, a publicist for NBC and Bravo denies the story. Of course they do. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind this very pivotal accusation of Andy Cohen being accused of sexually inappropriate actions, communications, physical touch, words with the talent, right? With Brandi Glanville, with other people. That is basically one of the core accusations against him, is him being sexually inappropriate, whether it is physical touch, whether it is through joking or words or whatever it may be with the talent. Keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, that is basically the story, but there has been other rumblings of this before. Now, let me grab it real quick, okay? So let's do, you know what? Let's do this blind item that I found about Andy Cohen. Now, remember, he said he would be pushed out. He has all this pull, but there has been rumblings of a dissension between Andy Cohen and the executives at Bravo and NBC for a very long time. So let's watch this blind item about him that I found, okay?
Okay, here's an Andy Cohen blind item for all of my fellow Bravo lovers. The executives of this cable channel finally put their foot down hard on the celebrity who thinks he runs the entire channel. He had a dream for a show and they kept saying no, despite him always hinting at the show coming and leaking to news outlets that it's coming, and even telling the would-be stars of it that the show was coming. He tried to force the hand of the cable channel and they were not having it. This sounds like the final step to having him tossed from the channel. And again, that is Bravo's Andy Cohen, and he has been hinting that he's going to have a comedy series based on his book, Most Talkative. I guess not.
So yeah, it seems like he's been too big for his britches for a very, very long time. And it seems like everybody at the network are at their wits' end. Now, I do have a couple of reasons of why I think that is, but let's first address their denial, okay? So they have come out and they've said Andy Cohen is not leaving Bravo despite legal trouble, says the network. There's absolutely no truth to it. So now that we know the background of Andy saying, I will only leave if I'm pushed out, now that we have what the core accusations are against him,